Hey Titans, this is Miggott, just doing a recap of our last war, Titans over CYB Stars. It was a victory, 87-81. It's a really exciting victory. It was kind of a different sort of situation than we've had in the past. We had a lot of new people higher up, and they're great additions to the clan. Really had a good war here and had good strategy, and I think that really played a big part into it. We had to kind of change our strategy a little bit as things have changed a lot. You can see certainly at the top we have a lot more Town Hall 10s, and that's exciting. To take a look at, just to recap, our 3 stars were very equal to what their 3 stars were. However, we were able to do a lot more cleanups than they were, and that put us over the top. Just to kind of give a few highlights of, you can see our participation across the board was quite good. We only had a couple that didn't participate, and that was, or excuse me, everybody participated, but a few didn't use their second attack. But that was, they're the ones at the bottom that really didn't have anybody to attack by the time they got on for their second attack. Enemy clan did very well, especially up at the top as well. They had a few down farther that either had dropped out or didn't have anybody else to attack, and so they had good participation. Basically came down to the fact that we were able to get a few more up in the low teens and higher to be able to finish it off. But everybody did a great job of trying to close out those extra stars down low, and I know that a lot of times people are like, wow, who's left to attack? But you guys did a great job, and so I just want to say I'm really proud of how Titans did this time. I want to feature a few different, I want to feature an offense and a defense. I think I will start first of all with Nori, who's ranked 16, hitting number 19 on their team. This is kind of interesting. So let me just replay this back here. It's a dragon attack, or it's actually a stomp and fry. So we've got the hogs and the dragons going through there. And you can see right there that you've got the CC draw. So he's trying to draw out that CC, get that out of that area right there so that he can be able to bring them out there and be able to deal with them out in the corner. I can bring it down in the corner here just to get an idea. So he does a good job there. That king, bringing that king out a little bit, probably should have brought the archers out first so that they would target the archers first and then the king could come in there. He brings in his hogs and does a good job of covering there. Doesn't know if there's going to be a giant bomb there, so make sure he has a heal over there, because one of the things, of course, when you're attacking with hogs is you got to keep them alive, especially in a stomp and fry where you don't have as many hogs. Got to get rid of those air defenses. You can see that he does a good job with that. A few more get sprung there. A stomp and fry as opposed to a whole hog attack is a little bit different, because at the end of it you really don't have to have any hogs left over. They just have to get rid of pretty much the defending air defenses and any defenses that could hit those dragons. He only comes in with 3 here because I think he throws in some extra wizards which help clean things up. But what's nice about having the hogs, of course, is they just ignore those walls. They go right over the top of them, as the dragons do too, so that the dragons are able to deal with more quickly some of those structures and don't have to be worried about giant bombs or springs like those guys that just got sprung, and they can kind of do the cleanup. But if you just go in with the dragons and don't get the ADs, obviously they get torn apart pretty easily unless you use the spells at the right time. So just kind of speed through this a little bit because you know where it's headed. Right now you've only got the 1 star, but he's going to be able to clean this up. He had plenty of time left. Basically just doing cleanup here and throwing in a few more archers he had left over just to kind of help the process along a little faster. But a good job by Nori to 3 star on a name which I cannot read, but they're number 19. Good job, Nori. Alright, now I'm going to take a defense, and this one's a little bit harder to find because it wasn't their top one, but it was, oopsie, I'm looking in the wrong place here. It's like Michelin, but it's not that one. It's a different one. This one was a pretty good one. This Taylor Red on J-Dog, that was a good one. Where is it? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, somewhere. So there it is. Okay. Michelin, I think that's their number 11 on King Douglas II, and he gets a 47% for a single star. Didn't get any additional stars. So, okay, going over to this, we'll do the replay here. And one of the things that she immediately noticed is that he has his archer queen in there at level 8. He probably has a king, probably similar level, but it's probably leveling up right now, is upgrading, so he's going in there without the king. Tries to bring these giants. Some of them get sprung. These are not max giants. I believe they're level 6s, and so they are pretty good meat shields, but you'll notice that they are going down pretty quickly. The king is just swinging away at them, taking them down. He's not using those spells early on. What he's trying to do is he's trying to clear this out so he can get a clear path towards the middle, so he can bring his archer queen and his P.E.K.K.A.s up there. However, it doesn't work out quite like he wanted, because he never drew out the CC troops properly, and so they just whomped on his giants. But finally he gets him there with his own wizards. But he really doesn't have anything leading in front of him. Brings in his CC troops, looks like a pack of level 5 wizards, and they're going to do a little bit damage, but there's nothing in front of him to protect them. Throws the rage down just to kind of push his guys in the middle. Now, I will tell you, wizards under rage are just awesome. They get rid of things very quickly before they even have a chance to really shoot at them. So it's a good move, especially when you're trying to press towards the middle. But you'll notice here that everything is going down. The Archer Queen, who's already used her ability, was targeted by the cannon, and then she goes down very quickly. Once she's targeted, there's not much left. Throws down that heal there, but there's not much that's going to be able to do. Try and keep that P.E.K.K.A. alive just a little bit longer, but that's not going to help all that much. And he goes down. So good defend, or a good hold by King Douglas II. Now the last one I'm going to put under the category of trying to do a learning or teaching sort of moment. I've been asked by a number of people that maybe I can try and give a little more explanation about why some of us do what we do to be able to help people understand attacks a little bit better. I mean, I just thought I would take a little time to just kind of go through this, and this is not meant to highlight myself or something. I just know what I was thinking, so I'm going to do this. I'm ranked number 8, and I was attacking number 10. And this one I attacked. It had been attacked once already with a stomp and fry, and didn't get all the way through it, so it had 1 star. So this was my second attack at the end here, trying to get a couple extra stars, just seeing if we could get them. And I picked this one, and the reason why I picked this one is because you can look at this base, just to get an idea. You've got this is going to be really hard to draw out, this CC. But you look at this, it's a pretty well balanced base. Now, has the potential of maybe having some, if you take a close look at this, it has a potential of maybe having some double giant bombs in there, which are kind of the bane of any sort of hog attack. However, if those are giant bombs, I'd be really surprised, because they're not in a good position, because your hogs are, maybe they'll cross across there too, but mostly your hogs are going to track with all the different defenses as they go around here. So there's a possibility that you could have something there, but there's not room for a double bomb, and there's a possibility of something there, but once again, there's only room for a single bomb. So the chances of actually coming across that double bomb are pretty small there. The area above the town hall there is most likely going to be Teslas. That's a favorite place for people to put Teslas, and it's a very good place to put Teslas. You want to have those in the core. I don't say you have to have them in there, but it's a great thing to have in there, especially as P.E.K.K.A.s start to get in there. And since I was able to see the attack before this, exactly what was in the middle was those Teslas. Now, where the giant bombs were then probably was a bit of a guess. We knew there was at least one up in this corner here, and there are probably others. Well, obviously there's others somewhere else, but not exactly clear. But there's not a lot of places that are real obvious places to put the double bombs, the giant double bombs, to be able to kill those hogs. What do I mean by the giant double bombs? If you have 2 giant bombs next to each other, and your hogs all go onto those giant bombs, even under a heal spell with max hogs, it will kill all of your hogs. They don't have time to heal, and so it's kind of the bane of any hog attack or a stomp and fry attack. So it's a really good defense if you can work it in there. Try and work it in between some defenses. Now, the other thing I'm a little concerned about here is this queen. That archer queen right there can be real trouble if she starts hitting on your hogs. And if if the hogs get in there, which they're going to get into that main core area. And if she starts hitting them, if they're not into that heel, they're going to go down very quickly. Now, she's only a level 2, so I'm not as worried about that as I could be. However, I'm at least thinking about it. So I try something a little bit different here. Let me tell you, it kind of works and it kind of doesn't. And then it finally works in the end. However, the first thing I was trying to think of how I would do is how to get those CC troops out. So what am I trying to do to get these CC troops? The CC troops are right here, and if you look at, I have it highlighted right now where that white line is. You could draw some over on this side, you could draw some, and over on this side you could do it, but trying to get a giant in there, who knows whether or not you can be able to do that. You're going to have to throw some hogs across or some balloons to be able to pull those out. It's going to be a tough CC draw, and you're basically going to sacrifice anything you have. So what I actually decided to do was to try and say, well, look, I'll do a couple things at the same time. I'll bring a couple extra hogs, and what I'll do is I'll just bring them in from this side and just sacrifice those hogs, bring in 4 or 5 of them. They'll get into here, take this one out, which becomes important for a different reason, and they'll get in here, and then those CC troops will be able to be all drawn out there, and hopefully I'll get all of them. And as you'll see, that actually ends up what happening. I bring 1 hog there and the rest over there, and it tends to work pretty well there. Where I get messed up is shortly after there, because the plan is to next bring in, I have a max golem that I have in my CC that I have my war CC, and the max golem I'm going to try and put in here after I've brought, I'm going to bring the CC troops out here and kill them over in this area, but then the golem is going to come in here, and the idea is that I'm going to use some wall breakers through here, take care of that wall, and the golem is going to track right in there and take a lot of this hitting from all these guys, while the hogs then come in from up here and take this base out this way mostly, and a little bit through the center. However, it doesn't really work out the way I want to, all because those wall breakers, instead of going there, they go this way, and then the golem gets running up that way, and then I have to use my jump spell to be able to get them. So I was going to put the golem in here and then put the jump spell right in that area, and it didn't work out. Now I'll just kind of run through this. Enough analysis for now, just to kind of run through this to take a look at how it actually worked out. So let me pop through this right now. Okay, so you can see I'm going to bring in those hogs there. I bring 1 in, and then I bring 3 or 4 of them there. Take that out. And that's kind of important to me because, see, I've got all the CC troops now. It's kind of important because you notice now this thing out here is exposed. It doesn't have any real coverage from it, so I can drop my archers. Always drop your archers first if you're using wizards. You don't want those wizards to get trapped. Now notice I dropped them at different speeds too. That way they produce the skeletons at different rates, and so the wizards have more difficulty dealing with that. It helps a lot. That's kind of messy in there. Let me clean that up a little. So anyways, then I bring in that golem, and those wall breakers go crazy down that way, and that's what kills my plan there. So I'm like, oh great, what am I going to do now? So I drop the jump spell just to get that golem in there a little bit, but he never really gets in there. He ends up getting stuck on this wall. But watch the hogs go through here. They'll do some cleanup here, and I drop that heal spell. Now I'm short 1 heal spell because I used a jump spell in there, but I'm going to manage all right here. One thing is when you come in with all these hogs though, you notice that I funneled all my guys in, I messed that up, but funneled them all in through here. Not the hogs, everybody else, the kill squad going in there. The hogs are going around here. However, because I'm short 1 heal spell, it would be really handy to have another heal spell to throw right down here, and they would finish everything off there. 1 guy got missed up there, not a big deal. But the golem is coming through here, and because he was slow, he didn't take a lot of these hits from these guys, so the hogs are getting hit pretty hard. However, they're managing and getting through. What ends up being is I don't have many hogs left. If you do a whole hog, you don't have any dragons like you do in a Stomp and Fry, or extra wizards to come along and clear everything up. And you can see those hogs are almost gone. I think I have 4 or 5, maybe 4 that are in there. Now, fortunately, they're way up on the top here, so I'm not worried about whether or not they're all in one place. These guys are going down here, and that helped a lot. However, the problem is you don't know. There could be springs, there could be extra bombs on the outside. There goes 1 right there, takes out that hog. So now I'm short. As you're going to find down here too, pretty soon a wizard is going to get sprung right there. So anyways, it's making headway, but getting a little nervous. I think I may have showed you, maybe I didn't at the beginning, this was a 3-minute and 3-second raid. It took absolutely every single nanosecond of time that I had been given. It will end exactly on 0 when it gets there. It's a very, very close one, and it's because of, as I said, a few of those things got messed up, but I had enough to be able to pull it out in the end. So the queen really helps pulling in there. I've already used the special abilities of both of those guys. It's getting down to like 4, 3, 2, 1, and then it was 0. So anyways, just to give you an idea, a little strategy of how things went around. That's not the only way to do it. It's probably not even the best way to do it, but that's the way I did it. Anyways, good job, Titans. Just a really good job coming out of a bit of a funk. We had lost 2 wars by 1 point. It was a real bummer. So it's nice to be able to win one that was a tough war, but at the same time we pulled it out. So good job, Titans. Make sure you like and subscribe, and go Titans.